Yes, the my summer project has officially carried me into the winter months. But you know what they say, it's not construction work if it doesn't take way longer than expected, right? Anyways, today I'm starting to put the walls up. Hopefully I can get this closed up and we can move on to finishing touches sometime before the end of 2022. Of course, I've just jinxed myself now. I'd knock on wood, but my feet are frozen to the ground, so. Can you do that for me? Thanks.
Well, the board is getting its first real test in the rainstorm, and apart from my wet footsteps coming out here, bringing in water, there is no other water inside the, sitting still too much. But there's no other water inside this rocket, so not seeing any signs of intrusion, so it's a good thing. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, well, we're building in winter, so we have to deal a little bit with the weather constraints. It's been raining and snowing since I put up the walls, so I have not been able to do the painting that I wanted to do. But in the meantime, I've been here working on the door. It's just a piece of plywood, and I've framed out the inside of it. Went ahead and painted it white, and then on the outside, I painted it this red. This will be the same color that the fins will be painted on the rocket, and then the rest of the rocket will be this white that's on the inside. To cut this hole, I used my router, and I had a wooden template that I made. So I cut this out with my jigsaw, and then I made it so that it was right snug inside here. So those two line up perfectly with each other, and I had used this black piece to be a guide for my router to cut out the hole in the door. And now, if you look carefully, get up a little bit closer, you can see that I have also cut a pocket on the back side of it. Did that with my router, and that is to fit this piece of acrylic. Oh, if I can put it in here correctly. There you go. This acrylic right now, remember, acrylic is clear, so it's going to be see-through like a piece of glass. It just has this protective coat on it right now to keep it from getting all scratched up. But I would just put some silicone in here, construction adhesive, put it in there, and then this will go on the back side of the door and clamp into place. there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble that, and then hopefully we'll get a break in the weather long enough for me to actually install this.
Hey, dude, sun's out. Paint me! How it's supposed to feel.
Well, we actually have some sun, so the weather is getting a little bit better, so it's not quite as miserable working today. And speaking of sun, the goal today is to get a little bit of that sun to get inside there. We have light, obviously, but it's just nice to have a window. So I'm going to be cutting windows in here. I'm a little bit nervous because obviously if that goes badly, I don't have a great plan for fixing it. So fingers crossed. Well, let's see how it goes. I've actually gone ahead and cut another one on the other side, so there's one on both sides of the rocket, and it all went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. So the trick now will be putting some plexiglass in there and just making sure that I seal it back up from the elements so that we're not letting any water or stuff inside. But call that a success. Yeah. Well, the window is done. You can actually see through the rocket too now that you... which way is which? There. It's hard to do in reverse. Anyways, it's done. Like, the rocket is done. Now I have some plans for the inside of it to just make it really cool for the kids, but you have to see that in the big reveal video coming up. So until then, have a good one.